It is almost time for WWE's biggest party of the summer, so here are my SummerSlam predictions. As of 2025, SummerSlam has now adopted WWE's new idea of the two-night event. The idea is that they will have a show on Saturday and a show on Sunday, with both having an equally big main event. Sunday obviously being slightly bigger, but both having huge meanings, so we will kick it off with Saturday. Let's get into our first match of Night 1 SummerSlam Saturday. It is a six-man tag match between Royce Keys, LA Knight, and Solo Sikoa versus the heels, the bloodline of Jacob Fatu and the Usos. I'm very intrigued to see in the way they go with this storyline. I definitely think it's been an intriguing one over the last couple of months, seeing that LA Knight feud develop with Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso trying to split it, but now really joining the bloodline, really embracing that heel side. Of course, the Enforcer and Jacob Fatu, I think, is a very interesting and awesome character. And then we have the babyface side. All guys who have been overlooked in their time in WWE. Solo Sikoa never really given that proper chance, been stuck with guys like the MFT. LA Knight always getting the short end of the stick. And Royce Keys, someone who got brought up new but didn't really get any chances. I definitely think they've been using these babyfaces smart, and they deserve to win, although I have the bloodline winning here, taking momentum going into the shows like Survivor Series in the later part of this year. Up next is a six-women's tag match between Fatal Influence of Lainey Reed, Fallon Henley, and JC Jane versus the Bellas and Paige. I am very excited to see Nikki Bella get back into her in-ring competition here. It looks like Bree's been putting in tons of work, and I definitely think Paige has been getting better since that original WrestleMania match on her return. I think Fatal Influence is absolutely awesome, and I think WWE should definitely be carrying that momentum into SummerSlam that they have from Saturday night's main event, winning the titles, making them look strong, and allowing Fatal Influence to pick up the win here. Following that match is another highly well-built feud going into SummerSlam, and that is Gunther versus Nick Aldis. We are revisiting the story of Gunther going against older wrestlers, trying to put them down on their career, making them feel old, making them feel out of place. And I really do think WWE has done a great job telling this story, advancing it along, and bringing Nick Aldis back in the ring is an absolute awesome thing to do for his character. Maybe it carries on in the future. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe he retires as Gunther takes another man's career. But I think all that matters here genuinely is getting a good match with good graps, but making Gunther look strong. I definitely think he needs a big win. I think he's been made look like a fool over the last couple months. So a big win here will definitely help Gunther and revamp his character and get him back into the main event. Up next is our first championship contest, and it is for the Women's World Heavyweight title. It is Liv Morgan defending her title against Io Sky. I think this is, to me, a very simple answer. I definitely want to see Io Sky get the title here, get a better chance at a title run than she originally was given after retaining it at WrestleMania 41. I definitely think she deserves better from the WWE. She deserves more opportunity to defend the title, get some dream matches in, like her versus Sol, her versus Stephanie, some more of those matches that are going to absolutely bang in a ring. To me, it feels a little dry with what we have going with Liv Morgan. I'd rather push her into that Judgment Day storyline and maybe set up a triple threat for the IC title later on in this year. So I think Io Sky should be winning the match here. Following that is one of the most interesting but best built feuds of the year in all of professional wrestling so far, and that is Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi for the third time in Hell in a Cell. It is a simple choice. Obafemi, pick up the damn win, retire the all-man Brock Lesnar. I love you, Brock. You're one of my favorites of all time. But it's time. It's time to hang him up, and I think Obafemi is definitely the right guy to do that job. Obafemi will look like an absolute dominant performer and enforcer in the ring, and having him pick up a win in an absolute dogfight that I think should be going beyond 20 minutes would be huge for his career, setting up maybe for him to win the Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, so on, and going on a main event and win in WrestleMania. And wrapping up Saturday's broadcast is our main event for the Undisputed title. It is CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. It's a really tough decision. I just think it's the decision is based on the direction you need to go in. Are you turning Cody Rhodes fully heel? Is there a return of The Rock? Is there a return of Randy Orton that we can now revamp and push back in Cody Rhodes into that top figure on SmackDown? Or do you take the safer option? Keep the title on CM Punk. Allow him to pass it down to either Sami Zayn or Finn Balor, the winner of Sunday's match, which is the number one contender match. I think there's many directions you can go in. I don't necessarily think there's a wrong choice. I just think the choice is based on what the future you're going to give this decision. So it's a really tough one for me. It's a nail biter, but I'm going to go with CM Punk to win this one because I do see them passing this win on to whoever wins the number one contender match on Sunday. But that is it for Saturday's broadcast. Let's get into night 2 Sunday. All right, well, that is it for night 1. Let's get into night 2. Kicking off is the interim women's title ladder match between either Lash Legend or Julia, which is still to be determined. Jade Cargill, Charlotte Flair, Chelsea Green, and Tiffany Stratton. To me, there is one choice, and that is Chelsea freaking Green. Give the woman the title. Give her props. She's been doing such great work over the last couple of years. She's one of the most hilarious acts in WWE. One of the most seriously awesome in-ring competitors as well. I will tell you my reason why I think she's the right choice of the other people. She has been working her freaking tail off. She is an easy person where you can drop the title back to Rhea when Rhea returns without making the character look bad. So now let me get into the other people. Jade Cargill and Charlotte Flair, they tied together. They're like a knot. They can have a blood feud going in a Survivor Series that does not require the title. Now, Tiffany Stratton does not need a title. She is United States Champion. We need to focus on building her character and building the women's mid-card on SmackDown. Lash Legend, who I do believe is going to be Julia, let's say it is Lash Legend. The Bougie Bully is absolutely awesome. I am one of the biggest Lash Legend fans in the entire world. She is one of my favorite women on the roster. Although I just don't know if it's right yet. Before we've really experimented her in singles gold, in a feud with someone like Nia Jax, who maybe she turns on her, and we can really start getting this crowd behind her rather than her really being a heel. Or if it is that she's a heel, let's build her in the mid-card first. I don't think it's the right decision to go right to her yet, but I do think she's an awesome option. Maybe feud with Chelsea as we go up waiting for Rhea to get back. Although I really just do think there's one right choice here, and that is Chelsea freaking Green. Following that is a number 1 contenders match for the undisputed title. It is Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor. Here are my predictions for this match. No Demon Finn Balor, and Finn Balor wins. We need to make Finn Balor look strong. Not the Demon, and not any other version. Not the Prince, just Finn Balor himself. I really do believe it is time for Finn Balor and WWE to work together, for WWE to capitalize on this man, the true amazing talent he is, from NJPW, for all these great places he's fought all over the world and done such great work, and it's time to really give him his props in WWE and not fumble on him like they did with a guy such as Shinsuke Nakamura or Samoa Joe. But yeah, I think Sami Zayn's work has been amazing lately. I've been loving the heel / babyface work he's been doing, but I just think it's time to get Finn Balor back in that main event scene, and I do think it is going to be him versus CM Punk running that trilogy and running that feud back that we had at the start of the year and finally giving Finn Balor his world title. Next is a feud that has just gone out of hand. It is Danhausen versus Dominic Smith. Up next is a match that has gone absolutely out of hand. This feud has been crazy. It is Dominic Mysterio versus Danhausen on a human monies on a pole match. I have no expectations for this match other than the fact that Danhausen must win. It's his stipulation. He needs his human monies. I'm not the biggest fan of this feud. I feel like it's a pre-show type of match, and I don't know how much good comes out of it. I think it's going to be really quick and really disappointing, and I don't see any storytelling purposes to this match. Look, it's funny. I love Danhausen. I'm a huge Danhausen fan, and I have Danhausen winning here. I more wanted to just put this on the prediction video to say, WWE, I think we can have a better match than this. Why is Ilya Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes and Ricky Saints not on this card? There's more time we could be using to get guys who deserve to be on this card. And this is no shade at Danhausen nor Dominic Mysterio, but at the current timeline in WWE that we're at right now, I don't know if those are the right guys to be having at the biggest party of the summer and the biggest show of the summer. But I have Danhausen winning here. For the first time in what feels like ages, Baron Corbin is on a WWE Premium Live event. It is Trick Williams, Trick Willie, Trick Daddy, Mr. Lemon Pepper Sepper, the United States Champion of the world, versus Baron Corbin. I think there's only one right booking decision here. It is Baron Corbin and Trick Williams' first match. I think this feud can go longer, but I do think Trick Williams is the right choice to give the win to here. He's been doing such great work with this United States title, and I really wanted to keep going. And by the end of it, getting to see matches with Ilya Dragunov or Carmelo Hayes rather than a guy returning like Baron Corbin. No shade of Baron Corbin. I think he's an unbelievable performer once again as well. There are so many great guys on this card I just don't think can win yet. Doesn't mean that they shouldn't be winning. I just think this roster is so damn stacked, and I think there's guys who need to be winning more than a Baron Corbin himself. So I got Trick Williams picking up the win here. Following that is another mid-card title match that is beyond mid. It is so much better than that. It is the Intercontinental title on the line. It is Chad Gable versus the champion, Penta El Zero Miedo. I'm fine with either guy winning. I really am. And it's that both of these guys are so damn good. They're doing such great work. They're having great matches. Their promos are emotional. They're good. This story of Chad Gable and the Luchadors has been so good that I don't want it to end yet. But it's the perfect storybook ending. Let's get Chad Gable his first single title in WWE. Let's move Penta into the damn main event because he is that freaking special. And Roman Reigns is going to need some competition coming up soon. I just think it's time for Chad Gable to get a title. Penta has been such a good champion, and I think it's good enough to be moving him in the main event and getting Chad Gable some gold, establishing him as a top star in the mid-card and a top star in WWE itself. And lastly, it is your SummerSlam Night 2 main event. Roman Reigns, the World Heavyweight Champion, versus Seth frickin' Rollins. I'm sure you're excited. I am beyond excited. I am stoked for this match. This has been the feud of my childhood from Shield era to 2019 Shield era to early Bloodline match at the Royal Rumble to Cody finishing his story with the help of Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. I mean, I miss the cash-in on Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 31. There's so many unbelievable stories between these guys that finally need to be ended. And that is when the OTC pins Seth Rollins 1, 2, 3, solidifying himself as the best wrestler in the world, the most unstoppable force of all time that WWE has ever seen, establishing Roman Reigns and bringing back the fact that this man is in his prime. So when the ruler Obafemi takes down the OTC at WrestleMania 43, he looks as strong as possible. Roman looks as strong as possible. And the company is thriving with guys who are ready to lead this company, this industry into the future. And that's why I have Roman Reigns picking up the win here. Thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. I cannot wait for SummerSlam. There are so many great matches. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on because we have so much more great content coming out soon, especially AEW All In and the SummerSlam review video. So make sure you guys are tapped in, got your notifications on, and are ready for the next video. I appreciate the love and support from you guys. Hoping we get soon to 150 subscribers thanks to your guys' great support. And I will see you all in the next video. This is Dub Talks Wrestling checking out. Peace.